Alright, first off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, Shalom. This is the brother Arawam from the James Jamaica camp, coming with another quick lesson. And you know, I recently did a lesson on this particular precept. Well, this precept came up, and it's been coming up a lot of late. So I think it's through the Spirit, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is telling me, to pray more, and the inspiration of this lesson, is based on an experience that I had today, and it reminded me of this scripture. Now, before I read the precept, this is going to be real short. Before I read the precept, I'll just tell you guys what happened, to give a short testimony, if you will. I actually went to the grocery store, and I was getting a few items, and after I left, I had some change, and I right at the front I was actually waiting to catch a taxi. So while waiting for the cab, there was this man that sat at the front of the plaza, and you know I usually go at that supermarket, so I know that there are times when you have people out there that's just begging. I know that there are a couple communities around the area, some we're in the city where I live, every and anything can be a scam. So when I saw him, at first I didn't think anything of it. Then I thought to myself that, hey, this guy is going to beg me, and I said that, hey, look, I'm not having it today, right? That's just me in my mind. I'm just saying, look, I'm not having it today. So I went standing wait for the taxi, and sure enough, he asked me to give him some money, right? Just some change, and I told him that I didn't have any. So he said, all right, I understand, and you know I wasn't looking behind me, but every time someone was passing me, I could hear him begging, but it seems as if he was actually asking me, right? So after the third person passed, I said, well, as I said, they didn't stop, they didn't acknowledge him, so I thought he was actually speaking to me. It was later and I found out he was actually speaking to them. So I turned around and I said, look, I told you I don't have any, right? I don't have it, right? And he said, you said that already, I understand, that's fine. So I was there, and then a few more people were passing, and then he kept begging, and I realized that, oh, he wasn't actually asking me, but he was asking them. And after a moment, he got fed up. He said he was saying something along the lines like, hey, Jake don't care for well, he didn't say Jake, he said niggas, or he was saying sounded like a deportee, and it seems as if he's senile, or he's not, he doesn't have all his mental faculties. I'll just put it like that. Sound as if he was a bit off in the head. So anyway, he was saying that, hey, black people or niggas don't care for their own. He's saying that there's no love for the poor. There's no love for the poor. He kept on saying that, right? And I was there, and I was thinking. I actually looked at him. I was judging him based on how he looked, and I noticed that he had locks, and I was like, yo, if I give this man some money, maybe he'll go and buy a weed, or maybe it's just a front. I don't know. So I ignore what he said, but when when he kept on saying it, and the word poor just kept ringing in my ear, ringing in my ear, ringing in my ear. But I just I stood there, and then I heard him say that, this is ridiculous, right? I asked 10 people, and no one out of 10 people, no one could spare me some change, right? I just want some food. I'm unable to work, because of this leg. And I didn't notice at first, but when he said that, I looked down on on his feet, and I saw that something was actually wrong with his leg. Right, one of his I think it was his right leg. It was a bit swollen, and it had some small bumps. Right, didn't notice it at all. Right, and he was saying that how is it that people don't care? 10 people, and I could hear the frustration in his voice. And at that point, I was like, yo, you know what? Whether it's righteous, whether it's unrighteous, it kind of sucks, for out of 10 people, no one spared him some change, and I just say, you know what, forget it. And I gave him some change, and he said, hey, God bless you, whatever. And I just said, the scripture was in my mind about the Most High let it rain on the righteous as well as the wicked, and the sunshine on the righteous as well as the wicked. So I just, you know what, forget it. And I gave him some change, and I took the cab and I came home. And I was like, part of that, it was a bit annoying. Well, not really annoying, but there was something about his persistence, of him always asking. But that part of the frustration, that last call for help, which I heard, you know I was like, that's how we should be. It reminded me of this parable, that we're poor, we're destitute, we need help. We should, just as how I found that is called to be a bit wearied, as well as I found compassion. I had compassion towards him. It's the same way we should actually, speak, pray unto the Most High. And I was like, oh, so that's what Yahushua was speaking about, you know. So, I just plan to share that testimony, and I'll go ahead and I'll read this precept. Once again, not trying to make it long. And I really hope that this is edifying, and I hope this is an exhortation unto brothers that, hey, pray up, yo. Fast more, pray more, ask the Lord for the spirit of fasting and prayer. Right? So this is Luke chapter 18, I'll start at 1. It says, and he spake, he being Yahushai, spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought to always pray and not to faint, saying, there was in a city a judge which feared not God, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversaries. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not God nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest her continual coming she weary me. And as I stated, he wasn't speaking to me directly, apart from the first interaction, but it felt something like this, and even me there, I was like, look, if I don't give this man some change, I don't think that, I think it would be a bit off. Now, I'm not saying that brothers should just go around giving away money. The scripture says, when you do good, know to whom you do good. It also says, give unto a godly man. But it's all within balance. Some people I find compassion on, some people I don't. I really go up based on the spirit. But in this instance, I really think that it would be it was I won't say justified, but it warranted me having compassion, and hey, who to tell, it wasn't even me. That the Lord just had compassion on him through me. So at the end of the day, it's not even about me, right? I that's how I looked at it in the end, right? So it really hits home, right? Verse 6 says, and the Lord said, meaning the Yahushai, hear what the unjust judge said, and shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear with them long? Right? And that's the thing, we should cry unto him day and night. We should be persistent in our fasting and in our prayers, to get out of this hellhole Babylon, out of our poor and afflicted state, so that we can be delivered, so that all this suffering, can stop. Right? So is a question. It says, shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry unto him day and night, though he be along with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily, right? So we're about to be delivered, but we just need to keep on crying, because the more we cry, he will avenge us speedily. Let's weary Yahweh Shem Yahushai with our prayers, right? Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth? So it's a question, right? So we want to pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai give us the spirit of fasting and praying, and also give us increase our faith, so that when he comes, he will find faith on earth. He comes and find us in a faithful state. You know. So that's pretty much it. Hope this was edifying. Once more, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.